In this video, I'm going to revisit some of the best Brawl Stars updates of each year. Of course, I already made a video for the bad ones, and it makes sense to do one for the good updates. If you go on to enjoy this video, leave it a like. And with no more delays, let's get right into this. For 2019, because most of the updates back then were pretty small, it was an easy decision for me to choose the Summer Update, also known as the Summer of Robots. Like any other update, we had a new brawler and skins, but to be fair, during that time we really didn't get as many skins as we do now, and they were not as detailed as the mecha skins were back then. Besides that, we also got the second star power for each brawler, and the way they released it was perfect. We ended up getting around 3 every week, which meant we had something to look forward to, and it kept us entertained until the Brawl Stars team came back from their summer vacation. It's kind of sad we never saw something like this ever again. However, that's not all this update added. We also had the addition of Star Points, which is the predecessor of Bling, for those who started playing after the May 2023 update. Like Bling, Star Points were used to buy cosmetics like recolors for Mecha Crow and Mecha Bow, and many others added after this update. It was a great feature, especially back then when free-to-play players couldn't get any skins without spending gems. For 2020, it was a very hard decision because we had 2 of the most influential updates, the addition of gadgets and the Brawl Pass, both being something that would be hard to imagine not having in the game after being in it for 5 years. After thinking for a while, I decided to choose the gadget update because, personally, I feel like it made brawlers more interesting and opened the doors to a lot of new strategies. On top of that, back then, I was really excited to see what gadget the new brawler would have, and the sentiment remains today, but not as much, because most of the new gadgets are recycled mechanics we have already seen before. However, to be fair, we have already seen around 200 gadgets, including the ones removed from the game, and making that many unique ones would be impossible. In the end, if we think the Brawl Pass update is the better one, I am not going to argue with you on that. Both are probably 2 of the most important updates we have ever received in the game. For 2021, I decided to choose the March update. Until that point, there was not really a competitive mode in Brawl Stars. I mean, there was power play, but it was more of a sort of, and not a fully fledged competitive mode as we see today with Ranked. This update added Power League, which was not perfect, but was a step in the right direction. It added the ability to draft and ban brawlers, but only 1 for each team, which is kind of weird when looking back on it. We had different leagues, like we have today, but you had separate progress for your solo and team progression, and also separate matchmaking, which was kind of cool. Sadly, as I mentioned, it was not perfect, and still had its problems. There were no power level requirements, if I remember right, so you could just play a level 1 brawler like you can do with Mega Pig today, and it wasn't that friendly for newer players. For 2022, I decided to choose the December update, which was probably the biggest and most influential update we ever got. This update removed boxes from the game, which was a controversial decision, but I feel like it was the right choice made by the Brawl Stars team. The new way to unlock new brawlers is through the Star Road, which means you don't need to rely on luck to unlock new brawlers, and you get to choose which brawler you unlock next, which was a welcome change, and still is, even though nowadays you can get brawlers through star drops. Before this update, each brawler had its separate power points, so you couldn't just use them how you wanted. Instead, we had to rely on luck to even be able to upgrade that specific brawler. However, with this update, it made power points universal, so you can upgrade whichever brawler you want if you have the resources to do so. This update, in my opinion, not only made Brawl Stars a better game overall, but it saved it and gave me hope for what is to come. For 2023, I decided to choose the March update, also known as the update that added mastery to the game, which may be one of the best features ever added. It was a great way to get resources and also some nice cosmetics like titles, which you can show at the start of a match or on your profile, which got revamped in the same update. On top of that, it gave you a reason to try to play other brawlers, and not just a few that you liked playing. Sadly, masteries were not perfect. There was a limit to how much progress you could make every day, and it was grindy, especially when there were no Mastery Madness events, which was pretty much most of the time they were in the game. It's kind of sad they got replaced by records, which do have the potential to be something good, but at the moment, it's probably one of the worst feature ever added. For 2024, I decided to choose again the March update of this year. This update changed the competitive mode of Brawl Stars, which until that point was Power League. After this, it became Ranked, which is another step in the right direction. However, it still has its flaws. Ranked is much better, as I mentioned. First, it is more open for casual players by not starting with banning and draft phases immediately, which makes the early ranks of Ranked very fun and fast. Secondly, you could only use brawlers above power level 9, which is a very welcome change, especially since we had the ability to use power level 1 brawlers in Power League. Also, the UI looks much better than it used to be, and we get battle cards for reaching new ranks, which is cool. As its predecessors, Ranked was not perfect. One issue was it had modifiers, which were fun in the first 3 ranks, but after that, they became annoying, and because of them, many felt like it made Ranked less competitive. Also, at the end of each season, everyone started in Bronze. Even though you got a boost, it still made it feel like a grind. For 2025, because there are still 1 or 2 more updates coming this year, it wouldn't make sense to choose an update right now. But for now, my choice is the March update, although it can change by the end of the year. We will have to wait to see. Alright folks, I hope you went on to enjoy this video. It's probably going to be one of the most controversial videos I've done on this channel, so I'd love to hear what you thought about it. If you did enjoy this video, please consider leaving a like and subscribing to support my YouTube channel. With that all being said, thanks for tuning in as always, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.